Hello Aries, welcome back to another episode of Solari Tarot. Unbelievably, it's Greg. I'm here to do your reading for September 2022. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Aries, if you have been wondering where I have been over the last year or so, I've posted a video here called Whisper of the Gods. I would love for you to check it out. It just prefaces what I've learned in my craft and why I'm back and what I've been doing and what I expect from a tarot channel here as a community moving forward. So check it out if you can. If you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, we're gonna be doing things a little differently than we used to. We're gonna start with your astrology. I'm gonna move this back just a bit. We're gonna start with your astrology. We're gonna go over some oracle cards I've pulled for you here already. And then of course, we're gonna go and do a full tarot spread for you here. So let's get into your astrology for the month, Aries. Listen, a lot of this is falling into your relationship sector. So I think in September, some of your relationships are going for the ride. This is gonna start on September 2nd. Mercury in Libra is opposing Jupiter in Aries. And it's paving the way for a major revelation regarding your feelings for someone. Developments are happening. Developments are on the way. This can be really good in terms of your relationships. You could be realizing you really love somebody. But a lot of you also could be realizing you really don't love somebody. We have Mercury stationing retrograde, of course, for all of us on the 9th. This is going to be in your 7th house of partnerships. So there is inevitable relationship drama for some of you guys going on at this time. There could be misunderstandings between lovers, colleagues, friends, and enemies, of course. And if there's still something that's unfinished from the past of your life, chances are it's coming back, this retrograde, for you especially. Now we have a full moon in Pisces the day after Mercury stations retrograde. This will be in your 12th house of spirituality and endings. So you might be ready to put the past behind you, to let go of the history that you've created. You're acknowledging how you really feel. Now on the 18th, we have another climactic moment happening in your relationships as Mercury retrograde opposes Jupiter in Aries. Again, this could bring some things that you thought were resolved back around. It could bring conversations you thought had already been finished back around. There's still stuff that people need to say. Maybe there's still something that somebody needs to say to you. There could still definitely be something that you need to say to someone else. This is all about closure at this time. Now, Libra season's gonna begin on the 22nd. So you're gonna have a much better place to start sorting through some of this stuff. And then by September 25th, when we have our new moon in Libra, you're turning the page on your love life and your social life, right? You're starting new chapters here towards the end of the month. This is a beautiful alignment that's taking place for you. And I think that you're really finally ready to let go of the past. I think I did a reading for Leo already, and it was very, very similar. Now, on the 26th, the Sun in Libra is opposing your Jupiter in Aries. So there could be a lucky break in a relationship. You might start realizing there's a lot of people out there that want to date me. It's beautiful. So there could be this is really all about your relationships here in the month of September, and it's putting the highlight, Aries, on you. Moving over to our oracle cards for this reading, we have your spirit animal totem for the month, which is the scarab beetle spirit. Magic works through you. I love this card. This could be talking about literal magic, of course. The scarab beetle is a big symbol of magic in the Egyptian world. And this is all about knowing within you that there is this beauty and there is this power and there is this reason to let the past be the past and let these relationships that have hurt you, quite frankly, fall to the wayside. You're starting to realize that your own magic allows for you to bring in romantic, business, whatever kind of partnerships that you desire. And I think you're realizing that you yourself are going to be able to bring those things into your life. And from the archetypes card, we had the self and the threshold, right? Showing that there is just a big realizing of self. You're right on the brink of changing so much in terms of the relationships that you have with people in your life. And I think that you're starting to be much more directly focused on the kind of relationships that you can have. You have Skirnir. This is, it says here, messenger, diplomat. But I love this card because it shows that messages are coming into you. People have messages for you this month. Once again, if it's something unresolved from your past, certainly could be messages from your ex. Now, I left this tarot channel, really, because so many people wanted me to talk about their ex-boyfriend of 5 years ago and that they haven't spoken to and they still love, and us tarot card readers should not be entertaining any of that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you've gone through this and that you've experienced this, but honestly, truly, it is my job to help you be brave, Hermund, the brave traveler, and walk away from those things and get away from those things. And you could be having a lot of revelations this month about the kind of people that you've allowed around you and what that means for you moving forward. Now, I want to go ahead and get into your tarot. Let's just see what we've got going on. What is the message for Aries? 2022, September. What is our message for Aries? What does Spirit want to say to Aries here in this reading? The Star, starting with a bang. We're getting reoriented back onto the path that I think that we had been on at some point and had forgotten because we had turned a lot of different roads in the process of the kind of people that we've had around us over the last 2-3 years. This is obviously a beautiful card of healing. And it is a card of recovery from something that's been, it comes right after the Tower card. So it is the moment after the big drama that we see the healing taking place for someone. Let's see what else. Aries, please. What is our message for Aries? We have the Devil. And the Devil came out for Leo in a really intense way in their reading. And for you, it's coming out here as well. They also had a lot of major arcana in their first row. So, okay, here we go. And another major arcana, Strength. Look. There is such a big moment here for you this month, Aries, to look at you. Now, not in some shameful way, but exactly the opposite, actually, because you're starting to see yourself in a way where you're realizing, like, I let these people into my world. I let these kinds of relationships or situations define so much of my life. And I'm so done with it. And I am moving bravely forward. I see you taking this precipice of magic. And I think towards the end of the month, as the retrograde peaks and moves out, you're certainly going to be seeing, why did I hang on to this dead weight in my life when after I let it go and walk through that doorway, even if I'm getting messages from my ex, when I go out, I realize that so many people see me in the corner of their eye. And I notice people noticing me. And people are asking me out, right? It's like you realizing there are other fish in the sea, and this particular one is not worth all of the rumble jumble. And certainly not any kind of addictions or chaining or withholding that's been going on in relationships around you at this time. Where, you know, there's a theme of beating the demon for fire signs seemingly this month. But for you, it's really about saying, no, this is not who I am. This kind of energy is not me. Now, you could have Leo in your chart as well, or, you know, in around your experience, because you have the Strength card here. We also have Aquarius, Capricorn, if that matters to you. But let's go ahead and pull a second row. Aries. 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 Here we go, Four of Cups. Yeah, you know, here's the thing. I think that like we're feeling like, you know, we've just been given 3 of these cups that this person's looking at here. And it's like just not enough for us. It's just, we're dissatisfied with where we are. We're dissociated perhaps. We're just not vibing with it, sis. We're just not vibing. And the funny thing is that the universe is, as you can see from this card here, trying to offer this alternative, gorgeous thing, this beautiful alternative thing. I think that we're not seeing that perspective yet, because I think as the month progresses, we have a lot to look at in terms of how our relationships have unfolded and what kind of healing we have to do from the wake of devastation that somebody has left. And look, this does not have to be a lover or a partner. This can just be somebody who you were attached to for a long time that did not honor you. And I think for you, for so long in your partnerships, the emphasis has been taken off of you and onto these relationships. And now there is this just big revelation that these partnerships weren't worthy of all of the time and effort that was put into them. And that you are worthy of this. And of course, when any of us do that, there is a magic that comes back to us because we have stepped back into our reality and we've stepped back into our power. And I think very much that this is the kind of scenario that you're dealing with here in the month of September. I think you're stepping out from under the tree of the Four of Cups here, right? Just like waiting for something good to come. And look, it's here. You're moving and navigating your way through it right now. And I think that there is a lot of endurance that you've had to have. And of course, with this Mercury retrograde, it could be challenging. So we might still need to have endurance and pull ourselves up by the bootstraps and walk through that threshold, right? Walk through that doorway to get to this magic of who we are. Okay, we have the Nine of Wands. Exactly. We're holding in there. We're not giving up. We're a mile from home. You are so close to some resolvement in your life in some way. You're so close to some big storyline ending for you here. Some big overarching narrative that's been going on for you for quite some time as we move into this Mercury retrograde through the astrology for the month for you towards the end to that Libra new moon. There is, quite frankly, just new chapters beginning for you because you are battered and broken from whatever scenarios in your life. I don't want to say broken, actually. I want to say just battered. You can see that this person here in the Nine of Wands has a bandage over their head, and they've built kind of a defense system behind them here. They've been fighting, you know. In our 6, we have our first initial victory, but at the 7, we have to maintain our position. And at the 8, we have an incoming energy or an incoming quick progression of events. And then here in the 9, we might be really kind of shaken by what's happened, but we're still hanging in there for what's next. And I think that, you know, it's like you're so close to some resolvement of feeling really free and healed from a lot of things that have been happening to you for a while, Aries. It's a good thing, right? Let's see what else. Okay, here we go. It's her. 3 of Swords, yeah. 3 of Swords. You know, look, here's the thing. In all of this stuff you have going on in your relationships world, there's no doubt that we would see this card come out. This is not a negative card. The emphasis needs to be put on the healing here, because there is a person, and I think it's you, babe, who has really just been put through the ringer. Really just been put to the test. And I think there have been so many moments on that have just made you feel wounded from the journey, from everything that's happened. And I think that the results of what you're sitting around just feel like they're just not enough here, because, you know, there is this energy of just having to fight for something. I think that there could be some moments in September where your energy is low. Your relationships could be causing a cortisol raising in the bloodstream, right? It's stressing you out. You know, some of you might be, you know, trying to go out there and see what other fish are in the sea, you know, and you may have exes, old devils that you thought you had already defeated popping back up. And what kind of energy do we set in when we think, oh man, I thought this was over. I thought I was done with this. I thought that I didn't have to deal with these chalices anymore. And now they're here in front of me again. And oh my God, I thought that we had done this already. And there is just this big breaking of that attachment that you have to something, someone, some part of life. And I do think that it's in your partnerships in some way, because that's so heavy in your astrology for the month. But I think that we're dealing with a little bit of letdown, a little bit of heartbreak, a little bit of seeing that the chain of events that we went on didn't really lead us to where we wanted to go. And we had to really prove ourselves to ourselves. And then that's where the aha moment happens for you. Oh my God. I did add up to the journey of what was being asked of me at this time. I am channeling my magic. I am channeling the power of myself to open this new doorway to new people and new relationships. And because of what I've been through, now I understand how I can attract relationships that don't have these qualities. Let's pull your last row. Okay, Page of Cups. Nice. What else? It's too much, folks. Just two more, please. Here's one. Ace of Wands. That was one of the ones that was trying to come out. I said, okay, if I just have to pick one then. Oh yeah, this is beautiful. Here we go. Bottom of the deck, the World, baby. And the Emperor. In our astrology portion of this reading, I spoke to you a little bit about this period of time towards the end of the month. And this Mercury retrograde energy is getting really dense for people. Almost all signs that I've read for has a big dip during that retrograde and then a big peak during the end after that new moon in Libra. And obviously, I'm feeling the Page of Cups in this reading coming off in this really cute way. Like, this card is obviously about our dreams and kind of lighthearted energies and lighthearted feelings and being imaginative and being creative. And, you also have the Ace of Wands here. So there's this sense of innovation in your life right now and new creativity or new passion or even, dare I say, new sexuality. Some new person. This really is coming off to me in the kind of energy of like courting someone or a new person coming into your life, like a new romantic prospect. This could very well be a person who has their shit together, right? We have the Emperor here. And I think that there could be this big evolution with somebody, probably new, definitely new, actually. The Ace is here. And it's almost like this magic that we're channeling to say to the universe, like, okay, I understand what Mercury retrograde has been teaching me about my partnerships. I'm ready to put the past behind me. I'm ready to heal up all of these things and close out all of these cycles that have been going on in my life for some time. I'm ready to deal with the pain, and I'm ready to deal with the regret, and I'm ready to deal with my emotional reaction to what didn't work out. And I think that what's happening in that process is that we are navigating ourselves closer to relationships that have some sense of worth. Obviously, the Emperor is the card for you as well, Aries. And I think that we're coming back into ourselves, you know, the self, the scarab beetle spirit. I think that we're coming back into ourselves as we go through all these experiences this month. And I think it's bringing in some things in our life that we've really wanted to see. For a lot of you, this, you know, it could be a new, exciting, creative project. It could be a message or an offer that comes in around something creative or innovative, or a new beginning that sparks a lot of creative passion in your life, right? But generally, I think that this is a good time to close up the old cycles and let these brand new beginnings, just like we said in the astrology portion, start to unfold and start to take place. And then, just like this Page of Cups who is imagining this fish, they can bring the imagination into the reality. The dreams can come true for someone here, right? Beautiful. Beautiful energy. Aries, I love this for you. Now, when we move into October, we'll talk about it a little bit in the October readings, but we have Mars stationing in Gemini for an unusually long period of time. Typically, we have about 6 to 7 weeks in any given sign with Mars. But for this, we're going to see long trends because Mars is staying there for 7 months. I might talk about that in separate videos later on in the month, but if not, we'll talk about it at the beginning of October. So we're going to have some progression, big movements happening for you post retrograde in Mercury, at least. And so, you know, I'm excited to see what unfolds for you here, but I think you need to deal with the situation that you have unfolded now. Let's get that past cleared up, signed, sealed, delivered, burned ritualistically if needed, you know. Yeah. Guys, I'm happy to be back here with you. I love you so much. You know, I questioned the ethics of general readings on tarot for a little bit of time, and I needed to go into a spiritual kind of place and study my own craft and study my own knowledge of all of my craft, not just tarot, which you're going to be seeing on the channel soon. I'm going to be showing you other ways of divination. We're going to be doing rune readings here soon, and we're going to be doing all kinds of really exciting new divinations for the readings for the month. And I'm just excited to switch the channel up and be back here. I had to switch the channel up to have it be something that I felt ethically good about, and I do right now, and so I'm happy to be here. Let me know in the comments below what you would like to see on this channel, how you resonated with these readings or how you feel about them. And also let me know if you guys would be interested in things like vlogs, showing you guys like some of the rituals that I suggest in the tarot often in some of these readings. You know, I tell people sometimes, you know, you need to take a new moon bath this time around. But, you know, I have a very old Appalachian way of doing those. So if you're interested in seeing how the rest of my spiritual life is in the world, let me know in the comments, because I've got some exciting videos prepared for you. So I love you. I'll see you soon. Have a wonderful one. Take care of yourself. I'll see you soon.